This is a forecasting overview of my operations management course. The topics we will cover in forecasting are 1. This overview. 2. An introduction to forecasting. 3. The blacked out windshield story. And you should really listen to that one. It is a great way to give you an overall understanding of quantitative forecasting. 4. General approaches to forecasting. 5. Forecasting techniques. 6. Forecasting accuracy. And 7. Closing remarks. I want to give you 3 warnings about forecasting. First, not all of the calculations are standardized. That might surprise you given what you've seen in other courses and what you'll see in the other operations management topics that we cover. But there are some of the calculations that are just different from textbook to textbook. The ones where you're most likely to see a difference are trend-adjusted exponential smoothing, also known as double exponential smoothing, also known as Hoyt exponential smoothing, and seasonality calculations. That means when you go to watch a video on these techniques, whether it's on my Udemy MOOC or on YouTube, you need to be careful that the way the problem is being worked in the video is the way your textbook works it. My students accessing these videos on D2L don't have to worry about that because I wrote the videos with the textbook in mind. Second warning, some of the calculations are cumulative. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that if you get the first answer wrong, the second one's wrong, the third one's wrong, the fourth one's wrong. So the errors build on each other. Specifically, the calculations for simple exponential smoothing, trend-adjusted exponential smoothing, the tracking signal, and seasonality are cumulative. The calculations for simple moving averages, weighted moving averages, linear trend are not cumulative. If you get one answer wrong, it won't affect the other answers. The third warning is that there are a lot of different calculations. Depending on your textbook, that could be up to a dozen different formulas that you'll be using. None of them are hard, none of them are complex, but you need to understand where to use which formula and how to keep the data straight as you use them. So it's not hard, but you really do need to practice. I'll mention this in some of the other videos where calculations are involved, but just to remind you, if you're a student of mine at my university, then you can access all of the video tutorials for the problems in the content menu of D2L. If you're a YouTube listener, I have a MOOC set up on udemy.com. You see 2 versions of the URL there on the screen, and I will add it to the description. You can access the tutorials there. In the next video in forecasting, we will discuss an introduction to forecasting. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and consider subscribing to this channel.